Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's session, we will be discussing about map function in Python. So map function executes a specified function on each element of the iterable and perhaps changes the element. Like map function is used to execute a particular function over the iterables and perhaps results in the changes of element. So the syntax is map function name comma iterable. So iterable can be list, tuple, string, anything. So if you look into the example, we have an ls1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an iterable, and we have a function def func1 l is equal to l plus 2 return l. So this is the function which we need to act on each and every iterable. So the final output should be I have called it as result, and I have created a map function. In that I have given the function name as func1 which I have created and an iterable ls1. So when I print the result variable which is a map function, I will get the map function results. And if I try to print its type, so it returns an object called map. So in order to get its element, I'm using an for loop for I in res. So I'm printing the elements. So I think it's a bit clear here. So try to execute this map function in the code editor. Then you will come to know the exact working procedure of it. Syntax of map function is map. So function name and iterable. So this is the syntax. Let me create an example. I will take ls1 as example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my iterable. So I have to define a function in order to perform this function on an iterable objects like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and return a set of values by performing a function 1 on this iterable object. So let me create a function. Func1. I will use var1 as the variable. var1 is equal to var1 plus 1 or 2. I will add 2 for better results. So return var1. So I will return the var1. Now I will try to create a temporary variable and I will try to run the map function by calling arguments func1 and ls1 iterable object. So that what the syntax defines. So map function name comma iterable. So I have given the map function 1 and ls1 as the iterable are the two formal arguments for a map function, and I'm storing this map function in a temporary variable a. Now I will try to print the result a. Then I will print its type as well. So the output will be in terms of map object, and then the class type will be map. So in order to access its map elements, we need to use for loop. So before that, I will try to run this function. So as I said, so once this map function runs on this function and iterable, it returns a map object, and you could able to see its type as map. So in order to access its map elements in the map function, we can make use of for loop for I in a print I. So when I run this, you could able to see the changes in the iterable elements. So let me explain this, how this map function works. So as I clearly said in the explanation of slide, so it will be having two set of formal arguments. One is function 1 and another one is iterable. So the iterable will be the sequence data types such as list, tuples, strings. So here I have taken list as an example for your understanding. So and I have defined a function. So what exactly map function is used to do is, map function is used to perform a set of operation on an iterable objects and perhaps returns the changes in the elements. So it do some operation and come up with some changes in the elements, and it will be listed in the form of map objects. And in order to get the elements from the map objects, we can make use of for loop. So that's the complete description of map function. So here, as I said, the ls1 will be the iterable, and I'm defining a function which is known as func1. So I'm using a var1 as a variable. So the variable represents an iterable object in an iterable. So var1 can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything which will be available in the iterable. So these are the elements, or also called as iterable objects. So on this var1, I'm performing an operation which is var1 plus 2. So initially, whenever a function starts, the initial value will be 1. So the var1 will be 1. So var1 is equal to 1 plus 2 will be 3. Now it returns the value 3. So that's the first output. So when I call this function, the func1 will be called on ls1. Initially, the first element will be 1, hence 1 plus 2 will be 3. And again, the func1 will be called on ls1. Again, the second element will be 2. 2 plus 2 will be 4. And again, this func1 will be called ls1 until all the elements of an iterable object should be accessed or processed with the function func1. So all the elements should be processed with the help of func1. So for the second element, 2 plus 2 will be 4. For the third element, 3 plus 2 will be 5. And the fourth element, 4 plus 2 will be 6. And the fifth element, 5 plus 2 will be 7. And hence everything will be stored into this variable a. So the variable a will be map object, because a variable is processing an map function on func1 and ls1. So the output will be in terms of map object. Hence, when you print the temporary variable a, you will get an value as map object. In order to get the type of an temporary variable, you could have able to make use of typecasting, which is type of a, in order to get its type. So hence, it is clearly mentioned it's a map object. Now the type will be also a map. So to access or to get the list of elements which are all processed by map function, so you could able to make use of for loop. So for I in a, so print I. So whatever the elements which be available in this map function, right? Everything will be listed out in the row with the help of for loop. So this is the actual procedure or how exactly the map function works. So that's all for the day. Thank you.